I am God Apophis. I just woke up. It's very early in the morning. Ooh, what's the time? 7 minutes to 7. Okay. I'm looking at my nice £5,600 watch. I bought it less than a month ago. Yeah. I thought I would do a video. Let's talk about the tax system. What an interesting video. Now, I have a cousin and an uncle-in-law, his dad. They are tax guys, okay, accountants. And my cousin is a chartered accountant. Now, I don't really count them as family. I'll be honest with you, I don't like them. Whatever, right? I think they're a pair of arseholes. In fact, I never liked my entire family. Hey, let's put it that way. Okay, I tried to love them, but they never loved me. So there you go. So let's talk about the tax system. Yeah. So, So obviously Labour have won in this country. And obviously Labour are known for putting up taxes, right? They like to increase taxes. Well, it's interesting, you know, when I grew up as a kid, I had a single mother, okay? She got divorced. My mom and my dad got divorced before I was born. My dad was a gambler, and he gambled away loads of money on horses. He was always betting on the horses, you know. He had some sort of, you know, 4 horsemen of the apocalypse shit going on, right? He had to just, you know, bet Bethlehem, you know, money away, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, crazy guy. He looked like, you know, he had the long hair and the long beard, you know, trying to walk around like he's some sort of rock star or Jesus or something. Yeah. Anyway. And my mum, she went on to be a lawyer. She studied law. And, you know, she said to everyone that she just wanted to, you know, make lots of money so she could send me to a nice school and provide for me and stuff like that, which is, you know, and as a kid, I admired her for that. I'll be honest, even though it meant that I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her, really. I was always being looked after by my grandparents. Financial security is, you know, something that people like. You know, financial security it can be a nice thing, can't it? Of course it can. You know, I've lived in a council flat. I've been homeless for a short time. Well, I had to sleep in my car for 2 weeks. Came back, I had feet like an elephant. Both my feet were swollen. Awful. Because I was sleeping in my car. I didn't know where to put my feet up. I was depressed. That's when Sean Connery died. Yeah, it was around Halloween. What year would that have been then? Probably 2020, maybe? Yeah, probably something like that. Anyway, it was years ago. Anyway, look, let's talk about tax, okay? So, I'm not a fan of tax, and I don't really know an awful lot about tax. I'll be honest with you, it's a very complicated system, isn't it? I mean, accountants and chartered accountants, yeah? I mean, the reason they get paid so much is, well, you know, they learn that boring tax system, and it's all about, you know, figuring out, you know, where you can put your money and how you can do things to, you know, save yourself on your tax bill and all this stuff, right? You know, I read this morning, right? The French, they're thinking about a 90% tax on the rich. You know, it's funny when, you know, the left, people on the left, the hard left, you know, all these communist type of people, right? You know, they're going down that road of communism, essentially. You know, where, you know, well, Stalin, Lenin, Karl Marx, you know, got a whole bunch of people who, they vote for Labour, but they don't want to work. You know, they're a bunch of lazy sods who don't want to work. You know, they'd rather sit about drinking and having sex and smoking weed. You know, that's basically all they want to do. You know, well, come on, that's a bit much. I mean, I'm being honest, that, you know, I've been a bit of a dusser myself in my life, but I have my personal reasons for it. I haven't always been a dusser. I've also been a very hard worker as well. I worked in IT. I was a network engineer, and I was getting, yeah, it's every job I've had. You know, I've basically I've gotten shafted for, you know, every situation I've put myself in. It's like, fuck, I hate it. Anyway, I sit here wearing a £5,600 watch. I have a car that I paid £87,000 for, cash. It's a Jaguar F-Type R, and I traded in an Audi S3. I got 17 grand for that. So the car was £104,000 new. Yeah. For a long time, I didn't think I was going to own a nice car. You know, for years I didn't have one. You know, I used to just drive like before that I had a Hyundai i20, and before that I had nothing for years. And before that, you know, and then I had a Nissan a very old Nissan Micra, a red Nissan Micra, and before that a Fiat Punto, an ancient Fiat Punto. Ooh, that was my first car. But now, oh yeah, that car, that thing's like a rocket on the road. I honestly don't know how anyone would want a car that goes faster than, you know, I mean, it does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It does a top speed 186 miles an hour. Like, how would you want a car that goes any faster than that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, you know, how fast? What's the speed of light? Isn't it like 186,000 miles per second or something like that, or meters per second? I can't remember. Whatever it is. Anyway, it's an interesting number. Tax system. Let's talk about the tax system, man. Because, you know, like when I grew up, my mum, she showed me her income tax, right? And she was literally paid, you know, like one of her tax bills, it was like £37,000 for a year, you know? So she earns around £100,000 a year. I mean, that's the thing. If you're a doctor or a lawyer or something, right? And you own, you know, you've worked really hard, that you went to university, and you had to pay for that as well. So you go to university, and you put tons and tons of effort in to be a doctor or a lawyer. And obviously, you know, these are jobs that are kind of important. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the country, people would be, this country would be in a bad situation if you didn't have doctors and lawyers, right? You know, I'm good, right? I have to tell you, like, you know, what did God say? What did it say in the Bible about, you know, money and paying people and working hard, you know, and how people are lazy and they don't do anything, and, you know, what they want to do is look at people who've worked hard and take what they've worked for, essentially. But then they'll worship the people who are filthy rich, filthy rich, right? You know, people who have hundreds of millions of pounds in the bank, you know, billionaires as well, right? And they'll worship them. They'll get down on their knees and they'll worship them. You know, all these rich people have to say is that they're champagne socialists, or they're communist. They're worse than communist. You know what I mean? They're evil. They're playing this game. You know, they want to be worshipped, and all they have to do is, you know, chuck a bit of money this way and chuck a bit of money that way, and then they, you know, and everyone worships them, and they're like, oh, you're so great. Well, you know, it's hilarious, right? Yeah. The tax system is it's wrong. I mean, like, do you know what I mean? Like, when you want to raise the tax system to punish, you want to take money from, you know, someone who's like your boss at work or your boss's boss at work. You know what I mean? Like, you go to office and you think about your boss or your boss's boss, and you think, ha ha ha, ha. You have to pay so much tax, man. Ha 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 ha. And you know how much. You know how much of this. You know, people are jealous and they have envy, and they want to take from. And that's the thing. Like, you know, you want to tax people who are, you know, are, you know, a couple of steps up the ladder from you. You know what I mean? You want to punish that. You want to take all their money. The people who have worked really hard to get, you know, hardly any more money than you, maybe like double or triple, or, you know, quadruple, right? And then you have people out there who've got literally hundreds of times more than you earn a year, and they get away with it. I mean, that's the thing, right? Because people who earn a lot of money, right? What do? Well, they use loopholes, don't they? You know, they go international. You know, they instead of living in one country, they'll live in 10 countries. You know, and then they'll get Swiss bank accounts, and then, you know, they'll get trust funds, and then, you know, they'll have their money sent here, there, and everywhere, and then, you know, it's like they, you know, they get their money sent to, you know, a place, you know, they'll buy a house in a tax haven or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people have so many ways of avoiding tax, right? That's the thing. And the thing is, right, the very rich people, the richest and most powerful people, if you went after their money, if you really tried to take their money from them, you'd have a war on your hands, wouldn't you, really? Do you really think that the richest and the most powerful people in this world would allow the common man and woman to take all their money without starting a war? Think about it. They influence, I mean, who, you know, that's the thing. Politicians, whose side are they really on? You know? Like, how many of these people are secret society members and Freemasons? You know, they all work together to screw the common man, to lie to the common man. You know, how easy it is to lie to somebody's face and tell them everything they want to hear to get what you want. To take, you know, it's so easy. You know, and the rich and the powerful, well, how the hell do you think they got there? They don't care about doing that. They will do that for the money. They're happy to steal. They're happy to lie to people and put on an act in order to get what they want, and so they can be worshipped and feel like they're chosen and elite and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, people should be more charitable. They should be. And, you know, I don't like this idea that, you know, everyone's money has to be collected by the tax man, you know. Like, if someone wants to give their money away, you know, it's between them and God. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's between them and God. If you know, if you worship someone who's got hundreds of millions of dollars, and all they did was just rap some garbage music, you know, just a heap of shit, you know, they basically, do you know what I mean? Like, there are people in this world, all they do is, it's like they bend over and squat and fucking push out a massive shit. And then people go, wow, that's amazing. Take all the money, please. Go on, take all this money and we'll worship you. You know what I mean? That's the kind of world you live in, right? That's the kind of world this is. You know, that's what people do. And people have no, you know, they want to worship all these celebrities just because, and, you know, all the celebrity has to do is just, you know, claim to be a lefty or a socialist or whatever, a communist, you know, whatever you want to call it. these days. You know, the people are always, you know, the goalposts are always moving, right? That's how it always works. You know, like, it's ridiculous. But the tax system is so bad. You know, it stops people from getting any, you know, for the people who are actually poor, like, you wouldn't get any further, and you couldn't, you know, if you wanted to double your salary, triple your salary, quadruple your salary, your income. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's always going after the wrong people, you know? The super rich always get away with their, you know, and they're filthy rich. They'll take their money, and then you want to punish people who work hard, you know, who like actually do something like be a doctor or a surgeon or an accountant or or a lawyer or whatever, right? Or a politician, or yeah, you know, it's really dumb, this whole system. It really is. The thing is that, like I said, you know, if you did go after the people who've got the money, you know, the people who are billionaires, those people won't give up their money. If you genuinely tried to go after them, to try and take what belongs to them, and say to them, look, you have way too much. Like, how many people could you help with all that money? Like, and you know, they've got a lot of power, and they're very influential. You know, they can change the laws. You know, they just make friends with the politicians and throw them money, and you know, invite them around to their house parties and stuff, and their sex parties or whatever it is, right? Or meet them down the, you know, the local Freemason lodge. Yeah. You know, it's easy for them to, you know, swindle people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, people, they're so dumb. You know, they just keep playing this stupid game of, and that's the thing. Like, in my lifetime, you know, looking at the inequality between the very rich and the poorest, you know, and like how much money is in the hands, you know, what percentage of actual money is in the hands of the super rich compared to the common man. I mean, it's crazy. And not to mention, what's the financial, you know, there's a huge financial crisis, you know, that's, you know, you know, the Western world is always being threatened with a massive financial crisis, because all Western countries do, well, it's actually countries all around the world actually, but you know, everyone wants to run up the debt clock. You know, they want to run up debt. You know, it's all about borrow, and usury, of course, usury. And that's the thing, you know, you want to tax people, and what the fuck happens? You know, all that money, it goes to a corrupt government who, you know, they piss it straight down the drain most of the time because they're corrupt. And that's the thing, right? Think about it. You know, for the left wing, right? For Labour and the left, their interest, you know, if they don't want people to get out of poverty, because they're the ones who provide. You know, they're the one. You know, they want. You know, that's the thing. They know where their votes come from. You know. And that's how politicians behave, right? You know, why, you know, if your party is known for helping people get out of poverty, and, you know, and taxing, you know, people who are, you know, middle class and upper middle class, right? You know, that's, you know, you attack the you know, the people who've got a bit of money, yeah? You tax them like crazy. So the people who've hardly got anything at all, they can have a little bit extra. And, you know, all they do is, most of that money gets totally squandered. And then the filthy rich, they just laugh. sit there drinking their champagne, pretending like they're do-gooders. I mean, it's so disgusting. I mean, that's kind of how it is, like, yeah. Well, like I said, so there's only, this is the thing, it's a very, very bad situation that everybody's in, because you have corrupt politicians, you're controlled in like who you can vote for. You can vote for one guy or the other guy or woman, usually, that's basically, you're very limited in who you can vote for. And then people are misinformed, they don't understand shit, they're just blah, they're more interested in watching Netflix or going to the pub or, going to their orgies or whatever the fuck it is that they do, or, their gatherings of, smoking weed all day or whatever it is, or watching football, or, they've got no real interest in, they just think, well, let someone else sort it out. And that's the thing. If everyone says that, that's what everyone does. They always think, well, someone will sort it out. And look where that's led things. 100. That's how people have been behaving for a long, long time. And you find that the only people who are actually doing anything are the corrupt people who are taking everybody for a ride. They just go. Politics attracts, corrupt people. Corrupt people, they go to that place where they can do that thing that they want to do, so they can steal or commit their crimes, they're looking for, they're looking for that opening that they can, yeah, well, think about it, you know what I mean, like, what does a pedophile do? Well, they try to work in a school. You know what I mean? They want to work with kids. They want to be, they want to be social services, because they're putting themselves in a place where it benefits them. That's what evil people do. Okay, they will put themselves in places where they can do what they want to do. That's what people do. Okay, that's what evil people do. So everything's corrupt, and people are of this, they just think, oh, let someone else fix all the problems, or people don't care at all. They're just like, whatever, don't give a shit. But the fact is that the problem is that you have Freemason societies. No one has looked at that seriously. There's only one group of people who actually tried to do anything about that. Yeah. Well, Adolf Hitler, he didn't like Freemasons. Go watch it on YouTube. You'll probably find something about it. Yeah, go have a look. But this is the thing, Freemason societies, you think how many of the rich and powerful, they're part of that. That's where they go. That's their thing, that's the world is being, that's the thing. All the super rich, if you want to be super rich and powerful, that's how you do it. You go join the secret society and you go work with them, and eventually they reveal more and more to you. And you get more, information, you learn magic, and you learn all the secret arts, and, if they can trust you to be an evil piece of shit, you'll find yourself in a situation where you can make a lot of money. Yeah? If you want to work for evil demons, they'll use you. You just have to make yourself available to them. Yeah? But... and that's how the super rich become super rich. They basically they don't have any morals. They threw them out the window. There are people who have morals. Don't do that shit. Okay? Anyway. That's not, well, yeah. Well, the world is, most of the people in this world are being controlled by evil demons, plain and simple. Yeah. And they have no idea. So, it's a terrible situation. The only person who can fix this is God. That's me. I'm God. I am God of Apophis. Yeah. There's only one person who can, yeah, only God can fix this. Only God can fix the situation with money in this world. I mean, you think about it. You know, you think about communism. You know, how many people, they want to be communist. You know, they don't think there's anything wrong with communism. Well, you know, they don't know what it is, for a start. They have no idea what it is. It's a terrible thing. It's very evil. You know, and that's the thing. You know, the people talk about, you know, that you got the IMF and you got Klaus Schwab or whatever the fuck his name is, and you know, people like that. You know, they want to talk about the Great Reset and, you know, in the future you'll own nothing, you'll share everything, and it's for the, you know, it's for the good of the environment and blah blah blah. You know, all they have to do is, you know, just tell people things they want to hear, right? And just say it in the way they want to hear it, and they'll buy into it, and they'll be like, yeah, that sounds cool, man. Yeah. Young people are easily fooled by all this shit. They really are. The communist nonsense. They really are. You know, they buy into it so easily. You know, people want to believe in global warming. You know, it's like this has been one of the coldest summers that have happened in years. Right? It's like I'm having to put the heating on. Some, you know, I had yesterday, well, the day before, I had the heating on for like 4 hours. You know, I'm wearing a hood. I've been wearing a hoodie all summer essentially. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm wearing 2 layers, and I've not had one day where I feel like, oh, I'm sweating. You know, nah, nothing. I know why, you know, that's the thing. God controls the weather. God manipulates the weather. God can, that's the thing, you know. Why did weather start getting hot? Well, that's the thing. I'm God, you know. When I was a teenager, you know, things started getting hot, man. So the weather started getting hot, you know what I'm saying? That's how it works. I affect the weather. I really do. I'm not joking. Seriously. Let's just say I'm going for a bit of a cold spell, you know? Like, there's no woman in my life. I haven't been with, you know, a woman for a long time. Long time. So yeah, you know, like, I can affect the weather in so many different ways. Like, if I wanted to make it rain for the rest of the year, I could do that. Yeah, well, I can make it rain a hell of a lot. Oh yeah. I can cause all kinds of flooding. Done it before. I may do it again, because, you know what? I'm very pissed off with people. I'm very unhappy with people. You know, if I want to flood people's houses and, you know, cause, you know, flooding damage to everyone's homes and stuff, and make everybody miserable, yeah, why not? Might as well do it. I mean, of course, no one would believe me that I can affect the weather, but whatever, right? Yeah, well, I'm working on breaking all these spells that people do. Yeah. Anyway, tax system is a heap of shit. It is. They never tax the people that they should tax. And the thing is that the people who've got the most money, they have too many loopholes they can use, and they can run off with their money. They'll just jump, they'll just move to another country. Yeah, you know what I mean? They'll buy all those different houses in different countries, and they'll play the system. And the thing is, once someone's a billionaire, I mean, even if they were paying 50% tax or 90% tax, I mean, they're still filthy rich, but they get away with it. Like, the thing is that the people on the left, the hard left, they want to tax the hell out. They want to tax people who work hard. They want to tax people. They're punishing people for working hard. Is what they're doing. They're punishing people for providing an actual service to their country. And then you've got the people who are filthy, filthy rich, who've got so much money, and they're absolutely greedy. They want to drive around in Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and they want to have, like hundreds of thousands of pounds of freaking watches and jewelry, and they want houses that cost, tens of millions of pounds and all that stuff, and it's like, they want to be driven around in limousines and Rolls Royces and shit like that. They want to be famous, they want to be stars, they want to be drinking Cristal champagne and all that shit. Being flown around in private jets. What about them? What about taxing the hell out of them? What about, that's the thing, you can't do it. Because they influence the government. The people worship them. Okay? And, they've got too much power. Because they're, high-ranking Freemasons, a lot of them, most of them, yeah. They're part of the elite. They're part of the elite system. You know what I mean? They're essentially untouchable, and their money is untouchable, because the system is designed for them to get away with it. While people who actually work hard are the ones who are going to be targeted by the hard left. And eventually, you have the poor and the middle class becoming, that's the thing. Middle class people just become poor people. And you just have more and more poor people as a result. And, then you just have a huge divide. And then you have a huge divide. And you have, like, most people are poor. And then you have the filthy rich. Who people worship, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, who you can't, and that's the thing, if you really went after the people who are the most powerful and the richest people, your country, they would attack you. The politicians, they won't, you know what I mean? They've put barriers in place to stop that from happening. Yeah, that's what happens. You go after Freemasons, you go after the most rich, most powerful, evil people in this world, and you'll have a war on your doorstep. Or you'll have some other sort of problem. You know what I mean? They will attack. They will retaliate for that. And there's only one person. The only one who can sort this problem is God. And that's me. I can sort that problem. It's true. I'm the one person who can sort it. Because there's no one more powerful than God. Is there? But the fact is that no one recognizes me as God. No one wants to believe that I am God. But I honestly do have the power that people try to steal from me. And I have to spend all my time playing this game of witchcraft with people because they won't recognize me as God. It's very interesting. I was looking at, should I mention it? Parlez-vous français? Anyway, look. Years ago, I used to watch a film called The Thomas Crown Affair. It's with Pierce Brosnan, the guy who played James Bond and wore Omega watches and shit. Alright, he was in The Lawnmower Man. Okay, right. So he was in that film, The Thomas Crown Affair. He was like I haven't watched it for years, but yeah, he's basically like a thief. He steals art. And then at the end of the film, you see him like return some art to an art gallery or something, and they show the painting, which is called The Son of Man, and it's a man whose face is obscured by an apple, and it's called The Son of Man. I'm pissed about that. I really am. I didn't know it was called The Son of Man. I didn't know. But now I know. Yeah. It's evil witchcraft. Is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jesus said he's the Son of Man, right? He was referred to as the Son of Man, even though he wasn't really the son of a man, if you think about it, because, well, Joseph wasn't his father, his dad, you know what I mean? So in what was really meant by the word man, because, you could talk about man and mean all of mankind, right? You mean men and women, right? And, the human race, you talk about man, Son of Man. So, it's interesting, that, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, well, that's the thing. All women and all men were born of, they had a dad, so they're all Son of Man. And that's the thing, what's the sun in the sky? The sun that gives light to everybody, that provides warmth and light to the world. Yeah, the Son of Man. Yeah. Anyway, the thing is that painting is witchcraft. The Son of Man painting with the apple in front of his face. So, I mean, this is the thing. It goes back to the story of Adam and Eve. So Eve was tricked by the snake into eating the apple. Well, she ate the apple. Well, she ate the forbidden fruit, okay? Let's say that. She ate the forbidden fruit. Most people think it's an apple, right? It's usually depicted as an apple, right? So, yeah. And that's the thing, the snake said to Eve, says, you will be like gods. All right. When you eat that fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, your eyes will be open and you'll be like gods. And so, that's the thing. God is God. I'm God. And for anyone else trying to be God would be trying to obscure me. It would be trying to get in my way. Because there's only one God. There's only me, and I'm God. The apple, in that painting, the apple obscures the face of the, who is the Son of Man? There's only one, there's a man in the painting. There's only one man in the painting, and his face is covered with an apple. And you know the saying, right? The apple of my eye. When someone says, "You are the apple of my eye," it means you desire. You see it's something that you love, you desire, right? Or whatever, you desire something, you really like it. It's the apple of your eye. Apple can also refer to the rear end of a human being. Apple bottom. Like the Big Apple. Yeah. Got an ass like an apple. Yeah, it's witchcraft against me. I'm God. And that painting is a way, it's that's the thing. Humans, what they do is they do art to attack me. They want to twist shit. They want to play this stupid game with God. Yeah. So, I'm doing something about that. Should I tell them? Alright, we'll leave it. I'll show you in a couple of days. Yeah, I'll show you in a couple of days. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing, Humans have got themselves into a real bad situation. They have, the world is in a very, very bad situation, and there's only one way out of it. There's only one way. Oh, there is no way to fix it. There's only one person who can change all of that, and that's God. That's me. But most people don't care. They don't want to know me. In fact, I don't know anyone who wants to know me. Not a single person. Not one person wants to know me. Nah. Couldn't care less. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how it is. I have to accept the situation for what it is, right? But I don't. Well, that's the thing. I vengeance is mine. I will have vengeance. Very soon, it's going to be like this. So people who love me will be blessed, and those who do not love me will be cursed. That's how it's going to be. Okay? And that is how it's going to be forever. Okay? That's how it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And people are just going to have to suck it up. They're just going to have to, they're just going to have to deal with that one. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't going to make this, well, I mean, the tax situation in this, I mean, there's so much debt. And that's the thing, you know. People want to, you know, they want to spend, you know, vote for the government to borrow, and spend, and create debt for the children. I mean, you're literally putting your children into debt slavery. Yeah. I mean, the reason the world has got so difficult for the poor is because, well, the thing is, I'm here. I'm God. That's why all this. That's why the world is, you know, I'm 36 years old. Okay, I was born in 1987. Okay, the world has gone pretty fucking bad since then. You know what I mean? It's gone like that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, we got technology, and we got, you know, but I mean, the situation is dire. I mean, how many people my age can't even buy a house? They have no, you know what I mean? They'll be renting. They'll never have enough money to ever buy a house. I have a house because my mom's dead. You know, she had money. I have that. That's my money now. Yeah. So yeah, you know, I don't have a job. I don't want to work because I don't want to be surrounded by people who hate me all the time. I've had enough of that. You know, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't going around, oh, you know, it's not like I had a job and I would go, hey everybody, I'm God. Better get down on your knees. You know, that's not the life I used to live. You know, I was just a guy who went to work. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? You know, how's you know, how things going, man? Like, having a good time? You enjoying your job? Let's work together. You know, that's you know, that's the life I used to live. You know, I used to just try to get on with people. And awful. No point. Just no point. Because it always ends the same way. People hating me. You know, it might not be at first, but give it a couple of weeks, give it a couple of months, give it a year. Yeah, it always goes the same way. So I avoid working now. You know, like if the, you know, I where politics go, well, you know, I'll do whatever it is. You know, I'm not super concerned about living for another 10 years or 20 years or 100 years or whatever. Do I really care? I mean, I'd like to live. I'd like to have a good time. I'd like it if people recognize me for who I am. I'd like it if people... That's my primary concern. Vengeance. Yeah. Yeah. That's my primary concern. More than anything else. I'm God, and people need to understand that is how it is. That's my primary concern. That's all I care about. And if people don't recognize that I'm God, then, well, the world has to, you know, the world has to fall apart. You know, people will be cursed. People will have problems like poverty and lots of evil around them. Lots of horrible things they hate. Yeah, well. Hopefully you get the point. Yeah, you know, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, terrible weather, you know, basically just everything that makes people miserable. Because it's what they deserve. Yeah. I mean, it's fair, right? I mean, if God, what's the thing? God, I created everything. Okay? If people want to hate God, they want to hate me, well, it's their problem. They're cursing themselves. It's crazy though, isn't it? You think how much does it cost to buy a house these days? You know, someone who owns like £20,000 a year. The most money I ever earned was in a job was about, was it £26,000 a year? And that was it. You know, I went to a boarding school that cost more than that. What, you know, the boarding school I used to go to was Charterhouse. It was called Charterhouse in Godalming, in Guildford. It's a boarding school. And it cost about £20,000 a year when I went to it. Now it's like £40,000. You know, you know what I mean? The thing is there are people who work really hard and they make a lot of money, and there are people who are crooks, who, you know, that's the thing. I mean, look at the NHS, right? Full of crooks, full of corrupt people. The government, full of corrupt people. That's the thing. The people on the left, the hard left, they're the most corrupted bunch of evil people. You know what I mean? They literally, they want to have, they put the most corrupt people in positions of power. And, you know, they're doing backroom deals and they're lining their own pockets, and they're like, they're thieves, evil thieves. And yeah, most of them, yeah. Maybe not all of them, but the vast majority of them, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Some people, they want to, most people are selfish, you know. They can't see past the end of their own frickin' nose. And so they don't, you know, they think they, you know, they don't care about their evil ways. They only care about themselves and what's going to benefit them in the short term. You know, they don't think about society. They don't think about the future. You know, everyone's just trying to steal as much as they can for themselves. Everyone wants to be a thief. They try and steal what they can for themselves. I mean, that's the, you know, like, you know, there was a time, you know, like, you know, that's the thing. Like, people, if they loved God, they wouldn't be doing that. Because God wouldn't, you know, wouldn't approve of any of that. I don't approve of people doing that. I don't approve of people behaving in such evil, selfish, greedy ways. You know, it's, you know, people were, you know, God commanded people to love each other, you know, to love one another and to love God. You know, when people are selfish, they're only loving themselves, aren't they? People have abandoned God. That's what they've done. And so God has abandoned them. Plain and simple. How hard is it to understand? You know? What's so difficult about that? Shall I do a tarot reading? Go on, let's do a quick tarot reading then. What cards are we going to use today then? This one? Go on then. Go on then. Oh. Okay. So, let's just do some tarot cards. Nine of Wands. You see that? So the Nine of Wands. Yeah, well, that's all about perseverance. Well, that's what most people think of this as. They think of it as, normally the person in the card has a bandage around their head. They've got a head wound. They've been persevering very, very hard. Yeah. Now, well, that's me. I've been persevering very, very hard. This life has been one heck of a struggle. Between, people abusing me, using me, witchcraft. I tried my best to succeed in the workplace. And that's the thing. Everyone in this world, all they want to do is put barriers in front of me. That's all they ever do. They're just constantly putting roadblocks in front of me, so I can't get anywhere. Yeah, the world, all it wants to do is corner me. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, well, who's the cornerstone? Yeah, I'm the cornerstone, bitch. That's right. I'm the cornerstone. And everyone pushes me into a corner. Yeah. And then yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next card. Strength. So you see there's a lion, and there's a female. There's that woman. And then you got the infinity symbol up there, which is a sideways 8. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm female. My mother was called Fee, which is short for Fiona. Female. Okay. So 9 of Wands and strength. Yeah. Four of Wands. Well, that's an interesting card because, obviously in the Four of Wands, you've got 2 wands on the left and 2 wands on the right. And, and that's what you normally see in the Four of Wands card. If you look at the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it looks like 11-11. What's 11-11? Well, you have, what is it, Armistice Day, and you have Remembrance Sunday. Yeah, Remembrance Sunday. Well, I was born on the 14th of November, which is, yeah, a couple of days after 11-11. Yeah. In fact, I used to know someone who, I had a friend at school when I was a kid called Sean. He was born on the 11th of November. Yeah. Anyways. So we've got 9 of Wands, strength, and the 4 of Wands. Well, perseverance. The guy's got a bad head. He's like, man, this shit's hard. And then we've got the strength card, the female, the lion, the symbol for infinity, and 4 of Wands. Well, 4 of Wands is like, it's like a happy home environment, celebration. You notice how these cards, they rep, what have I been talking about in this video? Well, I've been talking about how there are people who work very hard. They persevere, right? And it's hard work. It hurts their head, like trying to succeed in this world. you know, and then strength, you know, and Four of Wands, you know. It's all about perseverance to get to that Four of Wands, right? So let's get a couple more cards. Seven of Swords. So this is like the thief. Okay. This is like you can see he's stealing swords, essentially. You know, he's like a trickster. You know, he's like, you can see he's, you know, there are two swords behind him, and he's carrying 5 swords, and he's running away with them. So that is, you know, that's normally seen as, well, yeah, he's normally seen as a sort of like a thief or a deceiver. Seven of Swords. Okay, one more card. The Star. The Star card. So that's the thing, right? The people, like I told you about, the Freemasons, okay? The elites, the people who call themselves, who think they are the elite, you know? They want to be God. They want to be super rich and powerful and famous, and they want to be the star, you know? Look at Elon. Look at Rihanna. Look at A$AP Rocky. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Cara Delevingne. Look at Travis Scott. Look at Beyonce, Jay-Z. You know, people like that. Yeah? Yeah, so that's the thing, right? You've got the Seven of Swords, the stealer, the thief. And then you've got the Star. Yeah, the Star card. The Star card means all sorts of things, right? I mean, but yeah. Well, that's the thing. All these cards, they have so many, you know, people want to define them in so many different ways. But what does it really mean? What's it really talking about? Yeah. The Star. I mean, that's the thing, right? You're not supposed to... God is the star. God is the only star, right? And everyone else who's trying to be a star is nothing more than a faker, okay? There's no one... That's the thing, everyone wants to place themselves above God, or they want to pretend they are God when they're not God. They're not God. There's only one God, and that's me. Okay, we've got another card here. What's that? Seven of Pentacles? Yeah. So that's just someone working. They're like working in the field, they're doing a harvest. So this, yeah, so the Star, Seven of Pentacles. So it's there, it's the stars, you know, the Star, Seven of Pentacles, you know, the Star. Well, Seven of Pentacles is all about work, right? It's all about, I mean, that's what Freemasons and evil, all these super evil, rich, powerful people, that's what they do. That's their work. Works of the devil. Yeah. Oh look, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, very rich. Ten of Pentacles, you know, they've got it all. They got the family, they got the money, they got everything they want. Everything, you know, Pentacles, these are coins. Okay? And star, you know, you see the star, the Pentacles, right? So that's the thing, you know, they got everything they want. Yeah? Yeah. And this is interesting because obviously you have the Nine of Wands. The guy's got an injured head. You know, he's got a head wound. And then it says, you know, you've got the Seven of Swords. So it's nine of Wands, Strength, Four of Wands, Seven of Swords. And in Hebrew, the seventh letter represents a sword. If you know about the first beast of the book of Revelation, right? He talks about the beast that rises up out of the sea, standing on the sand of the shore, right? Who has 7 heads and 10 horns, and as if he's got a head wound, right? As if by a sword. Okay, so you got the Nine of Wands, which is a guy with an injured head, and you got the Seven of Swords, and then we got the Star, and then the Seven of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. See, that's that number, 7 and 10. 7 heads, 10 horns, right? The Beast. Yeah, well, what's the number of the Beast? 666. Well, my age is 36. That's how old I am. Okay. Okay, well look, we'll get another 3 cards. King of Wands. Okay. What's the King of Wands? Well, I'm the King of Wands. The King of Wands represents, so, you know, maybe he has a giant wand or something like that. Or, you know, he's all about witchcraft and magic. You know, like maybe he's very powerful in terms of magic. He's a lot of firepower, you know. Well, there's no one who has more firepower than God. God has all the firepower. Yeah, that's me. We're not just talking about cigarettes. I am the most powerful manifester. Plain and simple. Okay. Let's see what message. Let's get another card here, okay? The Lovers. And the last card. Two of Pentacles. So you see that person, they're like juggling pentacles? Yeah. And there's ships in the background as well. Well, this is the thing, right? So, yeah, so 9 of Wands, guy's persevering, he's got a sore head. Strength, okay, female, lion, strength. 4 of Wands, you know, happy home, celebrating. 11-11, yeah. You know, and also it looks like people are getting married. You know, you've got the 4 of Wands. You know, it looks like it's like a happy home, and it looks like people are getting married. You know, there's a man and there's a woman, and a happy home, right? It's and then you got the 7 of Swords. You got the thief. You know, he's coming in the night. He's stealing the swords. He's stealing. You know, he's a trickster. and you got the star. Okay, so you know the thief. You know, there's the stealing of this star energy. Yeah, there's, you know, people who want to be stars. They want to be famous. They want to have the power. Yeah, and that's their works. You know, they work at that. There's the Seven of Pentacles. That's all about work and harvest, and and they've got their Ten of Pentacles. They've got everything they want. They got all the money. They got their family. They got their kids. They got all the material shit that they want. Okay, they're happy with it. Yeah. King of Wands. Yeah, you know, here's a wizard man. Yeah, so you got your wizard man. And the Lovers. Yeah, so you know the Lovers. You know, how many women they want a King of Wands. You know, they want a man. He's got he's got his big wand and he's waving it around. You know, and they want to juggle. They want to juggle. They want to juggle. Yeah, they want to bed hop. They want to have all the King of Wands. You know, they want to have all the wands. You know, it's all about that. Yeah. I mean, that's the world we live in. People do sex magic to steal power from God. All these people, they do all this evil stuff, all their fornicating, adultery, and their affairs. Yeah, you know. It's interesting, the word affair. Affair. Is it fair? What's fair about an affair? You know, you're cheating on God. What's fair about that, bitch? Where's the explanation for that one? Yeah. Yeah, well, we've got Justice on the bottom of the deck there. And woohoo! Oh, what do we got here on the top of the deck? Well, there's a lot of cards to go through, but yeah, let's grab a few here. Go on, let's have a quick look. So, the top of the deck we have Princess of Swords. So she's a Page of Swords. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So, you know, it's like a gathering of people working together. So basically a Princess of Swords, well, she's a Page of Swords. She doesn't know shit. She's an idiot. Okay? Basically. It can represent other things as well. But yeah, a Page of Swords is someone who doesn't know anything. They're clueless. And they work together. We got a Three of Pentacles. People working together. People who don't know what they're doing. They don't know, but they work together, right? They're working together. And we got the Hierophant, which is an interesting card. So you got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, you know, that's like the High Priest, or you know, people call him the Pope. And you know, he's called the Pope in some decks. Okay, so got the Hierophant. You know, he's like the religious authority. Even though, you know, it's Taurus. You know, that's the star sign that's associated with the Hierophant is Taurus, which is a bull. Yeah? You're not supposed to worship the bull. Isn't it weird how people read the Bible? Yeah, weird that, huh? Anyways, so we've got the Hierophant and we've got the King of Cups. Well, I'm a Scorpio, and that's a water sign. King of Cups. Well, that's me, you know, King of Cups. The Tower, destruction. Yeah. The High Priestess. Yeah, the High Priestess. Two of Cups. Yeah, Two of Cups is, you know, it's like love in, you know, it's people in a relationship. The Hanged Man. Yeah, that has lots of different meanings. Sacrifice. It can mean, well, you know, what's a noose? What's a noose? You know, if you get stuck in a noose. Yeah. The Chariot. Oh yeah, the Chariot. Yeah. Well, it's to do with, you know, in sex magic. That's the bed. That's the bedroom. Yeah. So the Chariot, the Hermit. I'm definitely a hermit. Let's put it that way. Barely ever go outside the house, ever. Don't talk to anybody. And then we got the Six of Cups. Yeah, the Six of Cups is it's all about like memories and stuff, but it's the only card where you really see any children. It's a boy and a girl. A little boy giving flowers to a girl. Yeah, I found this card. Yeah, could be quite a disturbing one to look at. Yeah, look at this. Death. So you got the Six of Cups, you got the children, the memories, and then we got death. Princess of Wands. So she's a page of wands. You know, this is a page of wands. To someone who's, you know, she's not really, you know, she's maybe she's not good at magic, or she's not really, you know, she doesn't have a lot of passion, maybe, or he or she. It can be either man or woman. Temperance. Well, that's all about alchemy. Normally this would be Michael the Archangel, but in this card it's, actually I don't know, maybe it is Michael the Archangel, but it just looks very androgynous. You see there's that rainbow above his head, right? He's got that rainbow above his head. Then we got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is like a independent woman, you know, she's got, you know, or someone who's got, you know, quite a lot of material possessions, but, you know, and independence. I always see that as an independent woman, you know, she's like, I don't need nobody. Oh, look, and then you got the Heartbreak, the Three of Swords. Yeah. What else we got? Oh look, and we got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is all about like, you know, well, most people see this as like fate. You know, like, okay, so what's your Wheel of Fortune then? What are we gonna get next then? Oh, and we've got the Moon. Yeah. So this is like all about, you know, like dark secrets, and you got the Two Towers and the Moon. Yeah. If you know what that means. The Moon is false light. You know, the moon does not emit light, it just reflects. All it does is reflect, like a mirror. So you got the Moon, and then we got the King of Swords. Yeah, we got King of Swords. Moving on, Six of Swords. Princess of Cups, so she's a Page of Cups, or he's a Page of Cups. So he's basically, you know, he's his love. You know, it's someone who doesn't really have a lot of love, right? They're very sort of, they don't really care that much. Princess of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Got an Ace of Pentacles there. That can mean all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah, so like, you know, it's like, yeah, well, maybe the Princess of Cups, you know, look at that star, look at that pentacle, it's a possession, right? And you got King of Pentacles, you know, he has all his pentacles, yeah, all his stars. Eight of Wands. Do you like to eat wands? Maybe, maybe not. Ace of Wands. Oh yeah, stick it in the ace as well. Yep. The Emperor. Yeah. Okay. What else we got? Oh look, Three of Cups. Oh yeah, he's got all those women. Yeah. Ooh, Five of Swords. Oof. Yeah, they lost a battle there. Someone lost a battle there. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Oh, there's your truth. Yeah. This is Ten. So, you know, the swords represent truth. And Ten of Swords is, you know, a dead person lying on the ground. Just got all the swords stabbed into them. How's that for witchcraft, huh? Four of Swords. Oh, we've got to lie down now. Got to lie down, feeling a bit depressed. Oh dear. Prince of Cups. So, you know, Knight of Cups is a guy riding a horse. There seems to be some sort of watery stuff involved. Whatever that is. Prince of Pentacles. Oh, and here's, you know, here's a guy coming in on a horse. He wants some money. He's after some material stuff. And then we got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's a bitch. Well, you can interpret that in lots of different ways. We got the Queen of Swords. Oh yeah, Four of Cups. Yeah, not very happy. Yeah. Prince of Swords. Oh, well, he's the Knight of Swords. There's another horse rider. He's coming in with his logic and, well, you know, or maybe it's something to do with sex, right? Knight of Swords. Five of Wands. Oh look, there's a wand battle going on. Yeah. Yeah, you see the waving of the wands. Yeah. And you got the Six of Wands. Yeah. There's a guy riding in on his horse. And you know, he's victorious. Yeah. Yeah, he's Four of Pentacles. You know, he's going to hold on to those possessions. Yeah. Seven of Wands. You know, this is a guy being attacked by other people, and he's defending himself. And the Fool. So, you know, you got this guy. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just sort of dancing on a cliff edge, you know, about to fall off it. Princess of Pentacles. So she's a Page of Pentacles. She's, you know, she's materialistic, but she doesn't really have a lot of money, right? You know, you got the Nine of Cups. You know, this is a happy person, or wish fulfillment, perhaps. But it's a happy person. Nine of Cups. The World. Yeah, well, the world signifies, well, they call it in tarot, apparently it signifies the end of a cycle. You know, that's the end of it. So the princess, the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, happiness, that's done with. That's gone. The world, okay. Nine of Swords, oh no, very unhappy. Woman lying in her bed. You know, a person lying in their bed, they're not very happy. They can't sleep. They're like, no. So Nine of Swords, oh look, Ten of Cups, happy. Someone's happy, right? Who's happy? And then we got Six of Pentacles. You know, we've got giving and receiving material possessions. Or people. Yeah. Oh, interesting I said that, because here's the Devil card. We got we got the people in chains. Yeah. Yeah, that woman's giving me yeah, ooh, she looks nice. She's giving me Princess Leia vibes. You see her? Yeah, she's giving me Princess Leia vibes. You know what I'm saying? Queen of Cups. Yeah. She's all got that love now. She's like, oh, maybe she likes being in chains. Maybe. Yeah, well, some women like that, you know. Maybe that's their thing, you know. Maybe that's their king. Don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, whatever. Right. Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Well, I could mean, yeah. I mean, usually Eight of Pentacles. This is about magic. You know, this is about doing magic. Usually, you know, he's basically he's crafting. You see a guy. He's crafting another pentacle. But what does eight mean? You know, what does it mean to eat something? You know, maybe someone's a star. Maybe someone wants to eat a star, or something. Maybe, you know, you got eight of Pentacles there. Okay, we're just going through all the cards here. Why not? Just for a laugh. Okay. Okay, so that was the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, Five of Pentacles. So Queen of Cups. And, you know, the Queen is a female, right? I'm female. So the energies get swapped around real easy, you know what I mean? Like, it could mean, you know, a bunch of things. But we got, so Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. You know, these are people, you know, they're being like kicked out. They're being shunned. But, you know, Five of Pentacles, in terms of magic, I mean, that can literally be, well, five. Well, you can, you know, in terms of sex magic, you can read it in so many ways, right? I mean, I go to take a shit, right? And it's like Five of Pentacles, you know? It's like the shit. Taking a height. Yeah, that's a complicated one. Yeah. Anyway, Five of Pentacles. So she's Eight of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. So there's, you know, she's, the Queen of Cups is creating this, you know, this situation. And there's these Five of Pentacles, people being shunned, getting rid of, right? And then we got the Sun, you know, he's a young boy. There's the Sun on a white horse. You know, this is about happiness. The Sun. Five of Cups. So that's an unhappy person. It can also, yeah, well, got Five of Cups, Two of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Sun, Five of Cups, Two of Swords, Seven of Cups. Well, a lot of that has to do with, This is about choices and options, but it has a lot to do with fantasy, sexual fantasy. Yeah, and all those cards, the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups, they're sexual. You know, they have sex magic. You know, things like enema and pain. Yeah. So we've got Seven of Cups, the fantasy. Oh look, the Empress came out. The Empress. You know, she looks like, yeah, she always, her face, she kind of looks a bit like Natalie Portman a bit. Yeah. So, oh, and then there's the Judgment card. Okay, so now it makes sense. So all that shit, the Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Sun, Five of Cups. So our happiness is like misery, you know, people, someone miserable. Two of Swords, you know, basically being a freaking, you know, causing trouble. You know, fantasy, the Empress, Judgment. So someone's being judged for their shitty ways, basically. Ace of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Swords. That can mean a whole bunch of things. The Magician, the Alchemist. Knight of Wands. Can have many meanings. Knight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. So this is probably sex with the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Magician, right? Having sex with the Queen of Pentacles. Three of Wands, you know. It's a guy setting out. He's going across the sea, perhaps. He's setting out to do what he wants to do. Yeah. Two of Wands. Well, what's a wand and what's a two? You know, and you can also mean like planning. Ace of Cups. Well, that can mean all kinds of stuff. It can mean like new feelings, or it could be, you know, someone doing an enema. You know, you got to wash that ass, yo. Hey, you know that song by Tariq Nasheed? You got to wash your ass. Yeah, funny song. So Ace of Cups, yeah. Queen of Wands, yeah. That evil witch, yeah. She better Ace of Cups, you know what I'm saying? 10 of Wands, oh, that's some hard work there. You see that? You see that guy? You see that person? You see that person? They're going up those steps. They got all those wands and they're like, oh, this is hard work. Yeah, Queen of Wands is going to be doing some hard work. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, Eight of Swords. Oh, it's a woman in bondage. Oh, no. She's all tied up, man. Oh, Eight of Cups. Yeah, not happy. Yeah, Eight of Cups. There's no love, there's no happiness here. And also we got 88. It's got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Well, who was born in 88? Rihanna. She was born in 88. Justice. There's your last card. So there you go. Yeah. So I've gone through all the fucking cards. I mean, that's the thing. Tarot, you can interpret it in so many different ways. But I've shuffled I've done so many readings. And I spent years learning all this stuff. I've spent thousands of pounds collecting cards. I probably have about 4,000 pounds of tarot cards. And I've got books. I've got all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that you know, you go listen to any tarot, they don't know what they're talking about. They really have no fucking idea. But they'll invent stories because people buy into it. People don't understand how witchcraft really works. You know, they hear something and they're like, oh, that sounds, you know, that kind of resonates, or that kind of, you know, they want to believe that, you know, they don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? They're playing with fire is what they're doing. They don't really know what they're doing. It takes a lot of wisdom. It takes a lot of understanding to really understand all this stuff. I mean, do you know what I mean? You have to, if you know the Bible really well, and you learn magic, you know, you see the Bible in a completely different way. You're like, whoa. You realize that how magical the Bible is. It's a book. It is. The words are, yeah, it's magic. God's words are very powerful. The most powerful. Because it's God's light is power. And the reason this stuff was invented was to steal power from God. That's all tarot was ever designed to do. I mean, think about it. You know, you had the Torah. Yeah, what's the Torah? You know, and then what's the tarot? You know? Strange how they sound very similar, don't they? Yeah. It's crazy to think about how many Christians there are out there. Well, they claim to be Christians, but they shuffle. They do all this tarot card shit. I mean, the first thing, you know, first of all, the Hierophant, who's supposed to be the religious authority, is a Taurus, you know, that represents the bull. You know, that should be the first red flag. And then, you know, what else have you got? You've got, oh yeah, the devil is Capricorn. Yeah, I mean, if Jesus was actually born on the 25th of December, that would make him a Capricorn. That would mean that he is the devil. You know, you're saying, you know, the tarot deck is literally saying God is the devil. And there are people who think it's okay. They're like, well, God wants me to shuffle these cards, man. Anyway, you know, I'm God. I had to learn this stuff because, you know, if someone's attacking you, what do? You have to, do you know what I mean? You think about, you know, if you're in a war, right, and the enemy's attacking you, you have to figure out, well, what is it they're using to attack you? You know, you have to be smart. Be wise as serpents, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. I had to do what I had to do. Anyway, that's enough for today. I better go. I've got stuff to do. But soon, yeah, there's more to come. There's more to come. This week, I'm very interested to see what happens later. Yeah. Anyway. The next video could be tomorrow. I don't know. Or could be in a couple of days. Maybe I'll give it a couple of days.